Alright, so we have a wheel. This wheel is 5 dark, 5 light. This wheel rotates. You observe one direction as 1 degree in the beginning, 2 degrees, vision's getting wider, so on until you full circle encompass the entire spectrum of dark and light. This is the stage of remembrance. That stage is only for those who have forgot. So if they did not know they are forgettable, then they are the ones who watch in silence as the observers. They are there. We do not see them perfectly. We do not hear them perfectly. Their job is to observe. The information we get in this spectrum dark light comes from the experience, alpha omega, beginning to end. From the time awareness consciously met a dark spot, the forgetting, suffered to remember the known by those who know. Those who know only suffered to watch. Those who do not know, remember. This is the remembrance. So if you are forgettable, that is because you forget. If you forget, that is because you are ignoring the information to help you grow. By not processing said information, the growth is ignored. You become stagnant with the information to repeat many cycles with that information until you are done resisting what it is that you fear most about the situation that has you stuck, not remembering because you want to forget. So we will not. And those who know only listen. As it is, the circle and conclusion is the information when those who know help those who remember, family, and myself, because I am remembering. How to know what we knew so we may share it also. Light is on. That darkness becomes full ring of light. One beautiful halo instead of a half circle, smile. Happy, sad, rolling round and round and round. Though it's really not moving. That's us. Habitually stuck in the logic of this design. So when we climb out of that with an open mind, to open the mind, to open a mind that needs a blank space like the white room with white curtains, white hallways. There's no contrast for what's coming next because all you have is blank. Like that, the shade draws out an experience, the logic. Again, when you cycle slowly, lifetimes, through dark light, until you master what is needed to be known. So it is not in one lifetime, there are many. Each of these is and always will be held by you fiercely unique to the situation you own as a remembrance. Also, when you are done, your memories are all you will remain with. So, if you are remembering, it's okay. That means your effort is acknowledged today. To remember something you need an open mind for, because it says to start over, you won't need the old information. Surprised? I'm not. So what you do is you take all the information as information without the emotions, because you've already got rid of that right there. That's what that was for, to be reborn into this experience again. So it's no longer the white room with white curtains. It is a whole new play. Lights on today. Dark light until lights on. Always. Your halo is a pillar of light. It never ends. The reason it's a sphere is because we are inside that experience, remembering what's holding us free from the information that robbed you from the place I just gave you. Even as I just began, you're already ripping me apart with the information that you refuse to let go of to do what I'm about to do. Which is what I'm doing. So at no consequence, though a little bruised, we remain in remembrance with those that know, the silent ones, the watchers, connected to Source, which is not impressed with many of us today, though I will say it is impressed with a lot more than just you. It's impressed with everything it is, because it is what it is, and yourself too. And that's what it means to know everything is you. Now, here's the golden rule. If you want to shine colors where there were none, black and white is fun, but we've all been through that. So we like color because it's more like our own reality. So where there's ambience to start over new, you collect the pieces here too, to put it back together again. It's yours to build. With any of the information free from emotions now, because you're not fighting over what you fear, which is each other, because for too long you were persecuted, habitually, psychologically, hereditary abuse has instigated the climax for what is an apex of thought. When you refuse to move, like I said, you go nowhere in the dark until the light says, ding. Oh, that's why that's happening. Then we move on. Some, if stubborn, move very slowly. That's the sloth. Some, more timid, move slow also, but are well protected That's a turtle. Some who move quickly are perfect because by design they would never offer a race to a turtle. That's a bit out of character for real life, so what you've done is you've called back into reality and said, you know what? I like the stories, but I also like the facts. So, yes, you can do a lot in a year, you can do a lot in 10 years, 100 years, 200 years, you can plan that out, you can. But everything happened all at. So when you connect to that again, you'll know why. Because everything else is arbitrary. Yes, even you, man, henchmen and things over there, arbitrarily doing things, pretending you know what I'm saying, but you don't. But no, that's what I mean, so we're in remembrance. And you do know. I'm just being cheeky about it. Gotta laugh a little bit. Don't be so serious. It's not worth it. Because at either end of the spectrum, you have to protect yourself, and both require full service. To honor one, it uses fear to guide those who are lost, because that's what they respond to. And pain, suffering. And they collect themselves in and they call it family, it's fine. And their leader's the most brutal one, who's willing to, at some point, if wanted to, destroy it all. But then you have a balance. Someone on this side cares enough to give their energy, has gone to the full light to sit silent, not as a watcher, but as an advocate for something that is the past talking about something it can't remember in ways that we do not. So by we as a collective, I'm part of that light that came back to the darkness to shine light on what's left. Because what's left of me is all light. When I shine bright, and that's why. You can't put that out. It's in my heart, and it lives forever with my choices, the experience, which is the entirety of the color coming back into our play. So we're no longer black and white, and our ring today is life. We're a sandwich, just so small in this little place. Perfect. Harmonious with the movements put together. Being is enough to see what is, because that is perfect. Just that. Nothing you ever did added to or took away from what it is, because it's perfect. This life doesn't need our opinions, so we don't get in the way, Alice. If you're gonna go down the rabbit hole, it's good. I was a little late to the hair. So the hair wasn't there. Seems Alice already made off with the money, honey, and don't mess with her. She's been through a lot. She has divine order, protection from the light, because I came to shine it on her most. That's for all of you that have children. I have a daughter, so her first, and then others. My mom, the mothers. I have a son too, so I know what that's like, to shine light on you, and to be the brightest. It hurts. Because no one wants anything like that moving it around. I mean, you are God after all. So when you remember that, I'll have to ask you why you fought this. It's hard to hold yourself and fight yourself at the same time. To quote something is cool. Imitation is a fine form of flattery, but legend is legend, old school. What's your name? What's mine? Well, it's imitation also, because the original characters made their mark, and that's why we decided to start using theirs, because we liked it, and their legend moves on. So yes, you carry it, but your choices will never be the original. So that's what it's like to be first. It's nothing. It's just remembering what we are. That is something, but you're nothing. Doesn't exist. So, we consider things that are, and know things when things are not. If they are not, there's no need to stress, no need to be serious, no need to lose our purpose with the love of everything you're already doing, because what you're already doing is what we're doing. And no one needs to feel ashamed of that. And I need some gaming too, because thick, that's for you, and some others. So yeah, behind the scenes, I have a heart. I'm not always so angry. And I balance my anger with what you see now. Tears. I try to hold them back. When they go, they go. So after a while, you just move. And that's an example of what I mean. So when I shine light on you, it's because I've already shined the light on myself. Light's off. And I remember that now. We're not going to imitate something that's legend, because legend is legend. And the history likes to play with itself. So that's his story. To remain with a mystery, you have to know where the future is, and it doesn't revolve in the past. If you want to break free from that, you gotta be ready to let go, open the mind, and be free at last. To put down those books. They're good stories, but that's not you. It's just imitation. It's repetitive too. History does repeat itself, but we're not in history. We're in the moment. The moment says there's no such thing. The moment also says, welcome to your future. Welcome, this is destiny. It's not your fate. But others will argue because that's what they want to do, and they are remembered. When I shine the light, sometimes the dark spots have to get squashed a little to remember their light too. Because life does that to us. That's its purpose. To humble those who don't want to work with us. Light, to remember what it truly means to have truth. All that is information. When I'm done, it doesn't hurt, because those are my pains. From my personal attachments. Something I just healed because I was willing to do that too. You have to. Be willing to hold yourself and not fight it also, but you're going to, because you're that one. And if you're going to heal that one, it's going to fight you. Even when you're old, because it knows what it's doing. So you just have to love it. Keep loving it. And keep loving it. Until it's comfortable. And give it space to love itself most of all. Because it didn't believe it deserved it, but it does. And we know why. So that's it. The past cries because it heals. But that's you. That's just how it feels. So what's real is the hare doesn't race a tortoise, and the tortoise loves not worrying about a sloth, because every monkey's got its kind, and like dogs, there's just so many breeds. So life to me is just that dog in a mirror, looking at God backwards, learned to spell with 3 letters, D-O-G. Some mirrors are still. Some mirrors are silent. Some mirrors are clean. The others just wobble, though they do not fall. That's what I mean. It's because it loves you that much. It just wants you to know. Because that's God today. Though I'm not, He will not let you fall. And I am, as its messenger, heavy with its cross because I've carried it this long. So when I put it down, it's because I put it down after helping the man carry it the first time with his family, for no crime to reason with, just because they didn't like what they saw or how it was doing what it was doing, and the darkness fears the darkness, fears lording itself with that darkness. You are the one I'm talking to. Most of all, you're ashamed and you need to breathe because I'm with it now. In full circle, the light is on. So when I say I own my name, Christopher Michael Russo puts down that cross because I've already closed that chapter of my life. If I want something new, the future says destiny isn't fate. That was the past. It's not here with us now. The moment says the future doesn't exist. It's relative. It's never getting here. So the moment wins. And it ain't me. It's everything you see. I'm just a piece of it. But I remembered this. So in a doghouse for being exiled. It's family. Some of us didn't deserve it. So for the ones who thought you did, that's why you're afraid. And all I can do is say, was it worth it? To find yourself, the one that loves you most, and yourself, the one that loves you most, because you're over here coming to shine the light on yourself in the end anyway. When you meet death in person, and I've met it many times in this life in ways you couldn't imagine. So yeah, it's worth it to come back, to imagine. Dragons? No. I imagined so much more than you could have put into words, so it cannot be written. And you cannot hear it because these are words. So it cannot be heard. You cannot see it because it's not here. And this reality, it's in the heavens. And that's as close as it gets. You are breathing. It's your relationship with these choices. Because that's all you get. So when you're done, you're done. If you don't get it like I do now, I can't offer you the wisdom I can if you ignored it now in person. I told you, it's not about me. It's about the moment. So the future's never getting here, but it is relative to something we needed too. Time, logos, the birth of it, everything. Before that, something we needed to learn. So I am that darkness I had to hold while I was fighting myself too. And I warned myself to protect myself from you, and I still do. It's all things. So is it worth it to fight it even more than I do? Like you're gonna win something when you don't? No, it's not. You will win nothing but your own self-destruction. I can't save you from that if that's what you choose. And I don't want that for you, can you tell? Because I care about you that much and showed me how. And that's not a lie. I'm not allowed. When I do that to myself, my God, no, I'm so close to you, it hurts. Is it worth it? So death can't die because it's a lie. But the lie is dead. And it talks to life like it's alive, but it's not. And we know the difference now. And that's me. And my filter's clean. That's what this is for. When the scene is shining, men cry too. We just don't like to in front of you because we want to be strong for you. Sometimes we gotta be honest. When we're not, it's good to have someone to cry with too. So that's family. That's what family's for. But in certain situations, if you don't have it right now, don't give up. Hang on. That's what I'm for here too. Because I'm your family. I am that dark. That's self-improvement, self-enlightenment, self-attainment, self-everything, because it's what you put into it, that you put out, and it shows. That's your garden, this is our garden. This is our wisdom, because it's our experience, and the moment says, bravo. Son, you're doing great. Though I wish some of you could hold it as like this. Because some of you just get funky with me and aren't listening now, so you go back into the darkness to see where you missed it. You didn't miss anything. That's the light you are that light. You just need a little bit more information, and it's not something I can give you, it's just something I have for myself. You gotta do the work. I already did mine. Can you tell? Cool. So I'm gonna leave that where it is. That's a long, beautiful work of art. I'm gonna sit back, relax, and chill where the heart is, at the center of all things, where it starts out. It's God. Signing out. Just try to love each other. I gotta rest. Where the heart lives. Thanks for reminding me who I am. It's not so bad. So, you all relax, please. Promise kept as a promise. Safe with me. And its promise was kept. So, I am the testimony to something you can let go of. I had to put the book down. That name is not my name, but I like it. I know why. Yeah. This world is not my world, but it is our experience, and I know why I like that now. Your world is your own, and that is your life, not to be judged by me at all. Anyhow, I could not, I will not. In the end, we only judge ourselves. If we're not free from that, it's because we couldn't hear this, and we didn't make it to the end of this video, and for those, I'm sorry. I know you didn't want to go that far with it. It's okay. That's why the dark lives, and it's afraid of the truth. Well, if you made it this far, good. You have it too. It's just information. It changes a lot. Today it's one thing, tomorrow it's whatever you want it to be. So change it up. That's your power. Don't let them get you in the hour. We're not here to suffer. But you will if you want. Misery does love company. So sometimes being alone is good too. And if you do that the right way, that's because you love you, and you deserve this. Most of all, because you love you the way I love me when I love me. And that's the way I love watching you love you. I am not the darkness. That is the illusion. We are all this one light. It is love. The experience. This moment. I am grateful with infinite thanks.